Hi everyone. If you remember in one of the other videos, if you have watched it, I painted this pretty landscape scene with the loon, and I had one other loon over here that I had not painted yet in the other one. But it occurred to me that I have this awesome brush that I would like to show you how well it works. So come on down and I'll show you how I use this wonderful tipped brush to just do this other loon. It'll be a very short little video. So come on and join me. Hi, so here we are back at this painting. I wanted to show you how this beautiful, I love these brushes that I have, Transin. They're nice brushes, and this one I love the tips on these things. Just look at that tip, and it works so nicely. And I did this painting a few minutes ago for a tutorial, but I hadn't finished this other little, for time's sake, I hadn't finished this other loon, so I'm going to do that right now with you and just show you how nicely what it's like, to have the brushes that I think work the best with the real nice pointed tips. So let me get a nice dark color going on here. And with this, you're probably going to have to zoom in, but with this I'd rather use my hand this way, but it's going to be in the way. So I'm going to just try to, I outlined it a little bit. I got a little too much water on the brush. The bigger ones, of course, hold a lot of water. But I can go, I gotta get this color a little less watery. I can just have my finger balance out my hand and use this beautiful tip to just go right around all these places that I don't want to get into, that I don't, and I want to go around the eye. Oops, oh, the water just, that would have to happen. All these lovely little happy accidents. Well, like I said, the one thing about a big brush, it holds a lot of water. So you want to make sure, that's too much red. Well, we'll get this right here. Okay, so I'm going to put some blue, some sepia, and reds. That gave me a nice dark color. Because I keep saying, I apologize, in the other video, I kept saying fur when I meant to say, and should have said, feathers. But I will put it in the description that I used the word fur many times when it should have been feathers. And when I do feathers, I usually dab versus stroke. I do a lot of dabbing. But this one here, he's depicted as being in the marsh, I guess you'd call it. So we're just gonna, oh, there we go, that's what I needed. All right, so we're just going to show you how wonderful this lovely, even though it's so large, how lovely it can work. And we're just gonna, my hands aren't the most steady today, but it's all right. We'll do it. It holds a lot of water. Okay, so part of his back here see how I can just go right around the other things that I've already painted and get in these little areas without touching other areas. I don't have quite enough. So I thought this would be kind of cool to just have a little video right on this little brush, on this brush. Because these are like some of my favorite brushes. And then he's got this little band of black here, or sort of black. I don't use black. I use combinations of colors. to indicate the black that I want to indicate at the time. So that's what he's doing. He's got these little squiggly lines here in his fur. I mean his, I did it again, in his feathers. And it again, as I explained, watercolor dries light to dark, dark to light, excuse me. So you'll have to, go over it again. We'll just do this. We're not going to make this super intricate or anything. It's just a kind of a, I thought it'd be kind of cool to show you this brush and how it works. Look at how that's working. And these very fine lines. I need some more paint. Darken this up again. You might have to keep going over it because it lightens up. Love these brushes. They have such a beautiful tip on them. We'll come here and do this little part again. And darken this. I thought my first one came out pretty good. I mean, none of my videos are very long, so it's not like I'm going to be able to do something really, something that's going to take a long time. And plus, we're depicting anyways. We're not, it's short little videos. And helpful, just to give you helpful tips. And then now what he's got is these lines that go, either I don't have enough water or I have too much water. Okay, so these little lines for the rest of his fur, his feathers, my word. Sheesh, I don't know why that's... And I just wanted to get this little guy done. So this painting is actually finished. Now I also like, and do quite a lot, of using my acrylic, certain colors in my acrylics, which one of them is white sometimes, into my watercolors. Because I like the fact that they really show up a lot. And up here I'm gonna very delicately, I don't know if I turn the page, turn this, if it would help you to, no, I don't think so. But right on top of his head I'm going to use this white to give him a little highlight on his head here. And his beak, on the top of his beak, means that the sun's shining there. I wanted to do that over here again as well. I had done it, but it dried up, so it didn't show. So over the top, on the top, just a little white for the highlight. The side of the bellies are getting the white, the more white. So isn't that pretty? Oh, I love it so much. Okay, so now they both have a reddish, orangish eye. And again, with the tip of this fine tip brush, a little more orange, well, that's good enough. I'm going to carefully, if you can see, and you can zoom in, how perfect. I'm going to get right into that little round space and put in that eye. And how cool is that? As big as this brush is, I can do such a small little space because of the tip of the brush. And something else I do that I found from a video one time is to massage them back into the shape. It really helps with these brushes very much, or any brush for that matter. It just keeps the nice shape. I'm going to add a little more on the top here. And as a matter of fact, I'm going to just make these little lines of white on the fur. And I think I'm going to do that over here too. Just kind of would be indicating the light is hitting it there. Yeah, I like that. Okay. And that is that photo, I mean that painting again, but focusing in on using this big brush with a fine tip and what difference it makes when you're painting. So I hope you like that, folks. I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to sign your work when you do work. Check out the other tutorial that I'll probably will make this part 2 and the other one part 1. It wasn't a plan, but it just turned into a plan. So check out some of my other tutorials too in the part 1 of this one. There's some helpful tips and so forth, and I show the way I paint. Everybody paints differently. I use techniques of my own. People use techniques of their own. Coloring mixes and blendings happen differently with everyone, but that's why you're considered an artist. That's why it's your painting, and you're the painter. So check them all out, and hopefully you'll kind of paint along with me and try this out yourself. Try some of these features out yourself. You could just take a paper and just practice a loon, practice some grass, practice a tree, different trees and a bird, just to start out to see how you like it, or if you think you're going to be able to do it. But I do hope you do, and I do hope you do have a great rest of your day. Bye for now.